Hello and welcome back. I always feel weird saying like hello and welcome back. If you hear Lily kind of fussing, she's with my brother, so don't worry, she's not by herself. But I always feel bad when she's like whining in the video, you know, I don't know. The mom guilt is a real thing. But today we are going to talk about some of my favorites from the specific region of Africa and Asia Pacific for Miss Universe 2019. I feel like it's one thing to do like predictions and to have like your ultimate favorites who you could see winning the crown, but I wanted to delve into the areas and like share a few more of the girls who maybe aren't quite on my predictions yet, but that I really think deserve to be highlighted and recognized in one way or another. So we are going to talk about 11 different girls today from Africa and Asia Pacific. Some of them I've talked about before, some of them I have never talked about, so let's get into it. So the first girl, I've talked about her, you guys know her, and that is Miss Thailand, Fasai, also known as Jennifer, Canadian Thai beauty queen extraordinaire. She is 26 years old. She was raised in Canada. She is a model and DJ, and she was appointed as Miss Thailand Earth 2017, went on to place in the top 8 at Miss Earth 2017, and in her bio from the Miss Universe website, it says that she is passionate to help people. She chose to study kinesiology as a pre-medical degree, where she graduated with distinction from the University of Calgary, which, as I've told you guys, Calgary is only 3 hours south of Edmonton, where I live right now, and her pageant journey began in 2013. Next on my list is another girl who has been standing out to some of you guys. Some of you have been talking about her in the comments of my other videos, and that is Sierra Leone. Marie Esther Bangira. She's 22 years old, stands 5'11", and she actually won the title of Miss Universe Sierra Leone in 2018, but was not able to participate in the Miss Universe 2018 pageant because she wasn't able to register on time. Now there was something, here's what I found on Wiki anyways. It says she could not reach Thailand, the host nation of Miss Universe last year, due to her nation's condition of devastation by war. She had to travel from Sierra Leone to Ghana to Nigeria, where she had to apply for a visa. She then had to take a flight from Ethiopia to Bangkok, and she finally arrived almost 6 days late of the Miss Universe registration, so she wasn't able to actually compete, but she did watch the pageant. Like, she watched Miss Universe 2018 and then of course is competing this year. Next I have a girl I have talked about before, and that is Vietnam. I don't know how to say Vietnam's name, Mia Hoang. I want to have you guys know that I Google how to say the names, and sometimes I still can't say it, and that's just one of my downfalls, I guess. So that's all I have to say about that. Miss Vietnam, she's 27 years old, 5'10". She began her modeling career in 2011. She won cycle 2 of Vietnam's Next Top Model. She competed at Miss Universe Vietnam 2017, and she placed as the first runner-up, and then 2 years later now was appointed as the representative for Vietnam at Miss Universe. Also, one of the things, she's standing out more to me because of some of these things. She's the founder of the WE Women Empowerment, which is a non-profit organization in conjunction with educational organizations. She participates as a soft skill trainer and is the speaker of Vietnam Digital 4.0 project, which is a Google initiative. Okay, so continuing on with Vietnam, she is the ambassador of Women Will, which is a group whose mission is to help women and schoolgirls amplify the role of women in society and teach them skills so they can be independent. So after learning a bit more about Vietnam and her involvement in some of these organizations and being the founder of Women Empowerment, this to me is the type of thing that's going to give her and other women an edge at Miss Universe, because it's one thing to be beautiful, have a beautiful walk, have worked with some charities, but if you actually are the founder of a charity or you have done work with specific organizations for years, so you're really like proving yourself as somebody who cares about your community and you weren't just doing it to compete in a pageant, that's going to be really important, and that's going to be something that's really going to make her stand out in the interview portion at Miss Universe. Next we have South Africa. I've talked about South Africa a lot. Zazibini Tunzi. She's 26 years old, 5'10". She has a Bachelor of Technology degree in Public Relations Management, and she She was one of the 26 finalists at Miss South Africa 2017, but did not make the top 12. Of course, she won this year, and she is an activist. She's engaged in the fight against gender-based violence. She has devoted her social media campaign to changing the narrative around gender stereotypes. She's also a proud advocate for natural beauty and encourages women to love themselves the way that they are in their own skin, which again, this is gonna be something really important at Miss Universe. IMG loves this kind of thing, so I really see South Africa doing well. Then I have Malaysia. I have not talked about Malaysia yet. She is 5'8", 22 years old. She's a model. She was in the top 18 of Miss Malaysia World 2016, and there was a lot of drama that went over there. She ended up being the second runner-up at Miss Malaysia World. The winner gave up the title, and then the first runner-up became the winner, and then that girl had the title taken away from her for like breach of something. Let's see, breach of conduct. And then so she, the Miss Malaysia Universe 2019, became Miss Malaysia World, but she didn't go to Miss World and represent Malaysia. So this has never happened in the pageant's history, and it's just an interesting thing. Another thing about her and her work right now is that she has the hashtag Your Body Your Say. Her social media movement is Your Body Your Say, which I need to learn a bit more about because I don't have more in my notes here, but I'm gonna assume her campaign or like some of what she promotes is that you have a choice of what to do with your own body. Then we have India. India has gone up and down for me in terms of like favorites, but definitely in Africa and Asia Pacific, she is a standout. Vartika Singh, she has a master's degree in public health. She's worked as a technical advisor in quality assurance of the World Bank. She's also a big time model in India and has done a whole bunch of other things in the modeling kind of world. And of course, she's also a pageant veteran, which I've talked about in the video. I have a video solely dedicated to her, so I can link that in the bio, in the description box if you guys want to see it. Then we have Indonesia. I've talked about Indonesia so much, so I don't even want to go into too much detail about her. Frederica, she aspires to be the first Muslim Miss Universe. She's a dog lover who has saved over 100 dogs from the dog trade in Indonesia. She's the founder of Voice for the Voiceless, which is a non-government organization which advocates for the importance of the birth registration and provides birth certificates for children in need. So that's an issue we don't have here in Canada, but obviously it is in Indonesia, so that's something really interesting about Frederica, Miss Indonesia 2019, who hopefully we will see place at Miss Universe. Then I have Miss Kenya. A lot of you have been talking about Kenya in the comments, and Miss Kenya's name is Stacy. She's the youngest woman to be crowned Miss Universe Kenya. She's only 18 years old. I know that she is a model. I've seen a lot of her modeling things. It also says here that she's passionate about youth empowerment both in her country and around the globe. She believes that the next generation are the leaders of tomorrow, which, I mean, makes sense. And then she says here that she wants to instill the idea for young girls that regardless of their background or current circumstances, their dreams are achievable. So I think Kenya's downfall is just that she doesn't have as much experience as some of the other girls, I would say. And I mean, she's only 18 years old, so she has aspirations for the future, but not necessarily maybe like the resume that some of the other girls have. Then I have Tanzania, or Tanzania as some people say, Shubi Stanton. She's an environmental scientist, 23 years old. She's a model and an environmental activist, which makes sense if she's an environmental scientist. She obtained her degree in environmental science and management. It says her passion lies in conserving the environment and advocating for the fight against climate change. So she is a standout for me, especially because of her work with the environment and involvement in climate change. I really think this is something IMG is going to take note of. They're going to notice, and so that could have an edge for her in putting her into the top 4 in Africa and Asia Pacific, or just placing her in the top 16 in general. Then I have Australia. I actually haven't really talked about Australia yet. Priya Saro. She's the first Indian Australian to be crowned Miss Universe Australia. She works as a policy advisor for the Victorian government and has tertiary degrees in politics, international studies, and law. She was born in India, grew up in the Middle East, and migrated to Australia at the age of 10. It says here that her interest in social change has led her to work with several community organizations as well as international organizations, including the United Nations. She is a standout for her education and for the things that she's done, and of course, she's a beautiful girl like all of the girls. Last on my list from Africa and Asia Pacific, can you guys guess? Can you guess? My nose is itchy. We have Philippines, Gazini, Ganados. I've talked about Gazini so much. It's no surprised that Gazini is on this list. It shouldn't be a surprise. She is a standout for everyone, whether you're a fan of the Philippines or not. She's stunning. She's working on all the things that a Miss Universe needs to have, and I really think that's showing on her social media and anything that we've seen from her. It says here, I'll tell you some of her bio from the Miss Universe website. It says that she's a graduate of Healthcare Services, NCII, and Tourism Management at the University of San Jose. She recently was named as an ambassador of Sustainable Development Program. Here it also says she's an active advocate for HIV/AIDS education and prevention since college. So I don't want to go into too much detail about her because I have talked about her a lot. And oh, hi, you got your haircut. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, I'm almost done this video. And so that is my top 11. That is my top 11 from Africa and Asia Pacific. I wanted to highlight some of these girls because I think they're all so incredible. And it's just going to be so exciting to see all these girls arrive in Atlanta, Georgia for Miss Universe. So with that, let me know who is your favorite or who are a few of your favorites from this region. Tell me who they are and tell me why they're your favorites. And that's it. If you guys want to see more from me, you can subscribe if you want to see all the upcoming videos, and that's it. I'll see you guys next time.
Is it a Winnie Pooh?
She's mad at me.
Are you mad at me?
What's the matter?